Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Here is Renon power. You can check your connection and we will begin at right 2 minutes later. Hi everyone, I'm Alva. It is a very great honor for me to be able to preside over this webinar. Today we are going to talk about storage, especially the household energy storage solutions. And we will figure out what is household energy storage solutions is and how benefits. Also, we will help you to determine are you a good fit for energy storage or not. So firstly, what is energy storage and how benefits? At its simplest, an energy storage system works by taking any form of energy produced now and keeping it for use later. We can visualize it as a saving account where any money that you earn but don't need today can be safely held until you need or want it at a later date. Instead of having to produce electricity at the exact times when it is needed, energy storage allows you to produce electricity whenever to have more flexibility for how you meet demand with supply. In today's webinar, we will discuss several topics that energy storage systems cannot skip. The first is the basic concept of energy storage, followed by the use of energy storage, and finally, we will help you figure out whether energy storage is a good fit for you and your home. The first is the two constructive concepts of the energy storage system. One is the amount of power they are able to output, and the other is the amount of energy they are able to store for use later. Knowing the power output of the energy storage system you are having is critical to help determine how fast anything you are charging will fill up, and also how quickly you will deplete the reserves of energy you have stored. For energy storage, specifically, Power output is listed in kilowatts and influences how many different things you can power at the same time. Think about the power, the phone chargers, AC units, and more. And the storage capacity. It is listed in kilowatt hours, that is, power over the period of time. This helps to determine how long you can power whatever it is you are using. And you may ask, is energy storage investment a one and done thing? To be honest, in most cases, electricity cannot be stored indefinitely. An energy storage system might actually slowly lose stored energy over time, and you will lose some electricity both when you put it into the system and when you take it out. Next, I want to share with you a number of different applications for energy storage systems. First one, the energy storage system can integrate renewable resources. At a large scale, the biggest use of energy storage is to help integrate more renewable energy onto the grid. One of the primary criticisms of renewable energy storage energy resources is that they are variable or intermittent and non-dispatchable. Like resources like solar would produce electricity when the sun is shining, but don't at times when it has set, which means you cannot call on them to produce whenever you need it. But energy storage has changed this equation. If you store excess produced solar energy, you can then better match the production to demand. Second one is the resilience. The main reason that homes and businesses install energy storage is for resilience, or emergency backup power. If the electrical grid goes down for any reason, whether due to a major storm or utility shut-off, an energy storage system can keep your lights on even when all the other homes in your neighborhood are dark. It is possible to use energy storage to keep more than just your home or business running during an outage. With a large enough storage system, or with a microgrid, you can actually keep an entire neighborhood or city block powered, even when the rest of the grid is down. The third, transportation matters a lot. As batteries become more affordable and more energy dense, they are increasingly able to replace internal combustion engine cars with EVs that can travel a similar distance on a single tank or charge. The ability of EV to truly replace existing cars will only accelerate as their range increases and as the amount of time it takes to charge them decreases. If you didn't yet understand energy storage systems, focus on the discussion we are going to have next. We will go through a few inquiries to help you confirm whether to make a home energy storage investment. The first question, do you experience frequent electricity outages? The primary reason most homeowners install energy storage is for emergency backup power in the event of an outage. While the electricity grid is very resilient overall, there are a few parts of the country where long outages happen with some frequency. On the West Coast, many Californians have experienced blackouts over the last few years, either directly as a result of wildfires or in an effort to reduce the likelihood of fires through public safety power shutoff events. In the Southeast, hurricane season regularly brings outages for millions of house owners from Florida through the Carolinas, and also in the Northwest. Outages are frequently a result of the ice storms and the occasional north-turning hurricanes, and sometimes it snows at Texas. If you experience outages with any sort of regularity, pairing solar and storage is an ideal way to ensure that you will have backup power even when the rest of the grid is down. So long as the sun is shining, you can fill your battery and use it to power parts of your home, basically indefinitely, keeping your lights on even when the rest of your block is in the dark. The second, are you on a time of use electricity rate? In some parts of the country, such as California, solar customers and residential electricity users are placed on time of use rates. TOU electricity rates are a type of time varying rate where the price you pay for electricity changes by season, month, day of the week, or even by the hour of the day. Most TOU rates now increase the price of electricity during the early evening, that is from 4 to 6 p.m. or from 5 to 8 p.m. When your solar panels are no longer producing electricity at their peak levels, this means that even if you are offsetting more electricity than you use with solar, you could still have high monthly electricity bills even after installing solar. If you are putting solar power onto the grid when the price of electricity is low during the day and pulling from the grid when the price of electricity has increased in the evening after the sun has gone down, then there's a mismatch between the rate at which you are compensated with solar electricity and the price you are paying for electricity from the grid. While a battery can help to improve the economics of your solar panel system by allowing you to charge your battery during the day when your panels are producing more electricity than you need and the price of electricity is low. Then when the price of electricity increases, your solar production decreases in the evening. You can pull directly from your battery instead of from the grid to avoid a higher electricity rate. And that is all about the TOU. And we also retrieve something that might be insightful from Energy Sage and also the Lumen Smart. So first one, can I go off-grid with solar plus storage? It is possible to go fully off-grid, but it seems far too expensive to be financially feasible. You may need to overbuild both your solar and your storage systems and then change your consumption habits to be extra sure that you will have electricity all the time. Actually, when you are talking about off-grid with solar and storage, what you are really looking for maybe is the resilience in the event of a grid outage. While that is not the same as being off-grid entirely, energy storage does allow you to operate without the grid. And when we are mentioning the grid, what's the resilience really concerning? These concepts are straightforward actually. A reliable grid is one customers can count on. It is the job of the utility company to manage electricity supply, demand, and transmission in a safe and sufficient way so end users can trust that their lights will turn on when they flip a switch. On the other hand, grid resilience is an intentional approach to prepare for and navigate through electricity disruptions. Utilities will often implement incentives also known as distributed energy resources, to help enhance energy resilience. A few examples of this include solar PV plus storage systems especially. Also, virtual power plants and demand response. All of them relieve tension on the grid by offering responsive alternatives to electricity supply and demand when energy consumption is high. Okay. Um, so about four is today's webinar. I wish it was informative and also illuminating. Just let us know if you have any question. You can text in comments below or contact us with email, and we will include them in our next webinar. Besides, you can find out the latest information on our website, www.renonpower.com. That is all about today's webinar. Thank you for joining and for your support as well as cooperation with us. See you in September.